All right, Mr. Speaker, next up is House Bill 1614. House Bill 1614 is legislation to amend and reenact Sections of the Code of Virginia relating to the Department of Medical Assistance Services, State Plan for Medical Assistance Services, Postpartum Doula Care Report, the Legislation Reporting Committee on Health and Human Services, with amendments from that committee. And Mr. Speaker, Delegate Garrett has floor amendments, two sets of floor amendments. Floor amendment number 1, which has 4, and then floor amendment number 2, which has 4.
Clerk, report the floor.
First, Mr. Speaker, the first floor amendment by Delegate Garrett is available online to the delegates and the public, but it is basically striking the word birthing individual and inserting mother on line 234, line 237, on line 239, line 362. That's the intent of the 4 amendments, Mr. Speaker, that are available to the members and to the public.
Delegate from Fairfax, Delegate Simon.
Mr. Speaker, I rise for a motion.
Delegate has the floor.
Mr. Speaker, I move that the floor amendments as reported by the clerk be passed by.
Delegate from Fairfax, Delegate Simon moves that the floor amendments be passed by. We have a 2-minute debate. The delegate from Buckingham, Delegate Garrett.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. So, Mr. Speaker, the clerk's words summarize specifically exactly what these floor amendments do, and it really is an either-or. If this chamber is so inclined, we can remove the words birthing individuals and add the word mother. We can vote for mothers. Or the second amendment would remove the words birthing individuals and add the words woman. So ultimately, Mr. Speaker, what this bill does is give the opportunity to the members of this chamber to vote in favor of women, or vote in favor of mothers, or vote in favor of birthing individuals. It gives this chamber the opportunity to do, as we've been implored to do so many times by people both in Washington and Richmond, to believe the science. It gives this chamber the opportunity to stand alongside of our constituents who don't know exactly what a birthing individual is. Mr. Speaker, as part of this exercise this morning, I traveled around the Capitol GAB and asked people, what is a birthing individual? I have some video. It's kind of amazing. Most had no idea. But when I asked them what a woman was, when I asked them what a mother was, universally they knew what it was. Now, I hope that the Code of Virginia can serve to be a vehicle for all Virginians to understand the intentions of this body and not a vehicle to advance a political agenda. So, Mr. Speaker, literally a vote to pass by these amendments is a vote against women, literally against mothers, literally, and in favor of using the Code of Virginia to push a political agenda without regard to our constituents. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
All right. Delegate from Arlington, Delegate McClure, 30 seconds.
Mr. Speaker, this is a serious piece of legislation that will literally save lives. And yet we are taking up valuable time in this body debating personal preferences. I am both a mother and an individual who is barely standing before you because I just gave birth 2 months ago. Unlike the author of the proposed amendments who claims to care about women, I know personally what it's like to go through this postpartum period, also known as the 4th trimester. This is a time period when people are dying after giving birth because they do not have the support nor the services they need to survive in this widely ignored 4th trimester. The bill is simple. More postpartum doula visits within a longer time frame period. So when I heard about the floor amendments on this very simple bill, I had hoped that the delegate from Buckingham had some serious amendments to consider, like extending the number of doula visits. These floor amendments were never discussed with me. Mr. Speaker, the word individual is consistent with the code and is used over 3,300 times in our code. It is used in model doula legislation across the country. And this terminology is used in the governor's administration, on agency websites, department reports, and health reports when referring to pregnancy-related programs, eligibility, data services, and data. I'll remind the delegate that this has been the policy of the Commonwealth to use gender-neutral language since 2020 when the delegate from Fairfax, Delegate Simon's bill, passed with bipartisan support. We are talking about helping people when they are medically vulnerable and ensuring them equal protection and respect. I will not waste this body's time any further. by continuing to debate the delegate's personal preferences and discomfort because we know how much the delegate cares for women and mothers. Mr. Speaker, I've heard a great deal from the delegate, but nothing that actually pertains to the specifics of what this bill actually does. I'd ask that we give this issue the respect it deserves, dispense with the games, and get something done to help save lives across this Commonwealth. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Shall the motion to pass by be agreed to? All those in favor say aye. All those opposed, no. The motion to pass by is agreed to. Clerk will record the vote.
Mr. Speaker,
The delegate from Fairfax.
parliamentary inquiry.
The delegate from, state your question.
Yeah, Mr. Speaker, I would ask the delegate if your intention then is to not have these amendments become part of this legislation, you should vote yes or green on the motion to pass by. Is that accurate?
That is correct.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
The delegate from Buckingham, Delegate Garrett.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Speaking to the bill.
The delegate has the floor.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I would take this opportunity to congratulate the patron on the birth of her child. I intend to vote in favor of the bill because I agree with her on doulas and midwifery and the concepts behind this bill. But, Mr. Speaker, a long time ago somebody told me that half the truth is a whole lie. And so while it's accurate to say that the word individuals is in the code thousands of times, because it is, that's not the language that was being replaced. The language that was being replaced was birthing individuals, which isn't in the code thousands of times. In fact, this would increase by fourfold the number of times that it is in the code. So it's a good bill. But as I said earlier, half the truth is a whole lie. Don't say, hey, the word individual is in the code a lot when we're talking about birthing individuals. We literally just voted against the word women, we voted against the word mothers, and inserted into the code something that 5 different AI engines, either A, in the case of Google, won't answer, type it in your phone, can a man give birth? Or B, in the case of 2 of the 5, said, well, a man can't give birth unless we redefine what a man is or define what birth is. And 2 just said no. Everybody I've talked to about whether or not this makes sense to them from my district says it makes no sense, and they're right. And so you can say, well, the real purpose of this bill is to advance doula care and ensure that people have extra care that they need in the 4th trimester, and I agree, do it. It's an awesome bill for that reason. But don't use the Code of Virginia to score political points. Everyone in Virginia knows which end is up. So yes, individuals in the code thousands of times, but birthing individual isn't. It's about to be. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Shall the bill be engrossed and passed to 3rd reading? All those in